Well, it's the beginning of a new school year, and with the beginning of the new school year, we obviously bring some items forward from the 2017-18 year and into this year. One of our big projects that we're working on is, this is our third year of our educator compensation plan, and the implementation of that educator compensation plan for all of our teachers, and that really focuses on attracting, retaining, and developing quality teachers. And we've been able to do that. We've hired this year just over 40 teachers based on some turnover and new positions we've had, and we feel we have a fantastic pool of teachers to start the school year. And to start the school year, we were completely filled, which is great. Sometimes we get some late resignations because of the mobility in the education market, but we started the school year with 100% full teachers. Well, one of our big projects this year is obviously the November 6, 2018 referendum. We had a community group that studied this. They were called the Growth Task Force for almost 18 months. They brought a recommendation to the Oregon School Board. The Oregon School Board reviewed that recommendation, looked at the 15+ different options, and selected an option for the school for our referendum this fall. And that's going to be a K-6 elementary school located in the City of Fitchburg. Another big priority for us has been work with equity. And when we say equity, that ranges from achievement gaps for students to socioeconomic gaps that kids have, and how to make sure that each child has the appropriate education in the district. We think we're good at that, but we also never want to fall behind in terms of equity-related issues throughout the district. Another main project, our board wrote a paper called The Path Forward, and part of the Path Forward was a position paper talking about the future of education, and in particular, future of education in Oregon. Connected to that is an initiative we worked on for several years, which is called personalized learning. And the simplest way to describe personalized learning, it's an opportunity for each student to have some voice and some choice in their learning. So instead of giving students perhaps one way to take a test, we'll give students multiple ways to take a test. Instead of one way to complete a project, we'll give them multiple ways to complete a project. What we've seen is it increases student engagement, and when we increase student engagement and motivation, kids thrive. So that's been a big priority for us over the last several years, and one that we're going to continue with this school year as well.
What do you tell teachers in that final meeting of you're about to? It's another year, guys. Let's really focus up. What's the advice you give to those to the staff?
Well, this year we tried something a little different. We have our annual back to school in-service. Now we can get everyone into one space with the passing of our 2014 referendum, and that space is the new high school gymnasium at Oregon High School. And this year, last year I read a book, and the book was about, think of a great idea. What can you do with a great idea? And the focus of that was to talk about creativity and innovation and how individuals can take a great idea and make it thrive in their local community. This year we needed to do something different, so I reached out to about 10 of our school staff members. Some were teachers, actually the majority were teachers, a school secretary, a paraprofessional, a custodian, and a bus contractor. And I asked them to share with all of our staff, what is it that makes the Oregon School District unique, and why do you come to work inspired and ready to learn and serve every day? And these 10 staff members absolutely hit it out of the park with their story. They had people laughing, they had people crying, and most importantly, they had people engaged, and it reminded them of the importance of the work that they do. So that was a little risk. We weren't quite sure how it was going to work out, but again, our teachers and staff are terrific people, and they really rose to the occasion and made a very, very fun morning for all of us as we got back to school.
That's awesome.
Yeah, school safety, that has changed over the years. I've been working in public schools since the 1980s, and there was a time back in the 80s and early 90s when virtually every door was open, and parents, community members could filter into school. Students could come to school virtually through any door. And of course, with everything that's happened nationally, that's changed. And we've taken school safety and made it a huge priority. It was a big priority in our 2014 referendum because we didn't have what I'd call standard entrances where everyone had to come through the office and get checked in, and where you had to be buzzed into the school. We made that change in 2014. I believe our schools are significantly safer from an infrastructure standpoint now than they were in 2014. But I'll say the most important piece is there's an old phrase, if you see something, say something. And nothing replaces that. At our high school, for example, we have nearly 1,200 students, approximately 150 adults, and that's a lot of people while our high school is large, it's still a small, confined space. And the key is, if you see something that just doesn't seem right, notify an adult, notify someone, one of the school principals, so we can address it. We totally redid our school safety plan this last February after the incident in Florida, and we know there's likely going to be an incident somewhere in the country again. We continue to refine the plans. We work with our partners, the Oregon Police Department, Oregon Fire. We also have a school in Brooklyn, so the Brooklyn Police Department and Brooklyn Fire Department. We've also met with the Fitchburg Police Department and the Fitchburg Fire Department to review our plan, make sure we have it as up to date as possible, and to bring in as many new practices as possible. We've done a lot of training with our staff. We've done drills with our students and staff. And again, the goal is not to scare people, but to let them know that to the best of our ability, we are going to have the safest schools as possible. And it's a question that I get frequently from parents. Usually when I have 5 to 10 minutes to walk them through what our plans are, they have a sense of comfort and they feel like we are on top of it. But it's something we need to be vigilant about, because 20, 25 years ago, we never thought of schools as being, while we had safety plans for tornadoes and fires, we never thought of schools having safety plans like we do today. We obviously have information on our website. We've learned from numerous surveys over time that parents really check out our website, and we have Facebook and Twitter, all the social media posts as well. One thing that we've offered in the past, if parents or community members have an individual question or a group question, we're happy to go to them and make a presentation. We likely had close to 60 plus touches in the last couple of referendums where we did community presentations, and we'll do them for a group of one. We'll do them for a large group of 50, 60, 70 as well. We have a lot of information coming out on the referendum. We have 2 informational pieces that we already have prepared. We sent a district-wide mailing with our community education brochure. So it was the last week in August that we sent out the community education brochure. We're also working on a newsletter that will go to everyone within the school district. I think it might go to a few residents that are outside of the school district, because some of our districts across the street, it's a different school district. So we'll continue with that. As it relates to regular school district items, our school offices are open from just after 7 to almost 4:30 every day. Of course, all of our staff have email. Many of them provide their cell phone information, so parents should always feel comfortable reaching out to school staff whenever they have a question, and you can also reach out to me. I get quite a few email, but I can guarantee you I will respond, or my cell phone as well. So we're excited about what lies ahead this school year, and obviously our November 6, 2018 referendum is a big referendum for our community.